All right, Shalom. Good afternoon, boys. Here. You know what's amazing today? When we look out in society today, friendships, relationships, how to build, we find a lot of hypocrisy. We find a lot of phoniness. We find a lot of insincere behavior from people. One of the chief reasons I would attribute my ability to develop relationships with clients and get clients is the ability to show yourself to be friendly. In addition to being knowledgeable and understanding how to address client needs. If you want to be successful in business today, you're going to have to learn how to effectively communicate with clients, understand what their needs are, anticipate their concerns, and address them accordingly. No client is going to give a Pookie or a Ray Ray $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 of their hard-earned money to do anything unless they're absolutely confident in how you come off. If you haven't noticed, I am a black man living in the Midwest. There is racism out here. I see it very clearly. But in spite of that, I am able to develop clients, secure clients, which are all white. All of my clients are white. The demographic that I service is white, middle class to upper middle class clientele that are retired, as well as business owners. And in order to do business with this caliber of people, you have to be a certain quality and caliber of man. Not only do you have to, again, know how to effectively communicate and present yourself, but know how to execute on the task at hand. It is critical in my business that I know how to develop those relationships, because in life, you have to learn how to develop relationships. Relationships are key. Could you imagine? It's just, some of the most shocking conversations that I've had as of late with people that are 40, 50, 60 years old and don't have a friend at all. It's amazing how you'll talk to people and they have all these trust issues. And, the hallmark statement that I always like to say is that in order to make a friend, you have to first show yourself to be friendly. And the reason why a lot of people don't have any friends is because they're not trustworthy. Never let anybody dupe or deceive you into thinking that the word is false and their philosophies, perspectives, or viewpoints are true. Because the word is something that scripture talks about. It pierces the marrow. It gets deep down into the heart of the matter. And yet I may be 40 years old, but the word is thousands of years old. The word has been there since the very beginning. And so when you see people that don't have friends, it means that they're not friendly. They cannot be trusted. They're not trustworthy people. Watch out for people. Ask a person, because I have to develop and be a trustworthy individual to come into a person's house and spend time around their parents, their children, their sons, their daughters. You have to be trustworthy. And if somebody is not trustworthy, or if they don't trust anybody, or they don't have any friends, ask people, who are your friends? And if they can't name a couple of people that they just trust, that means that they've lived a very selfish life. They've lived a very self-centered life, and they cannot be trusted. It's just the truth. People play the victim. But then the truth is that they're not trustworthy people. And you can always tell by looking at their life and looking at the results. See, a friend is known not in times of good, but in times of adversity. It'll always tell you where a person stands. It'll always tell you the true intent and character of that individual. A person has to be tested, proven, and tried. And so it's a beautiful thing for the Father to put you in a situation where you are testing, proving, and trying people. You know, the scriptures talk about when you see a person in need, in genuine need, and you withhold your hand, that's just a wicked act. If you have, and that person needs, you should be providing. Now, I'm not talking about being a doormat. Let me tell you, I've lost a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of effort and trying to be friends to people that turned out to be nothing but work with two dead flies. It's a damn shame. But at the same time, I look at my life, I look at the last 2 years, and I look at their socioeconomic decline, and I look at my socioeconomic rise. It's amazing, isn't it? But this is a chief cornerstone, which is trust, reliability, honor, and integrity that a lot of people, simply put, just don't have. And it's important for you to understand that whether in business or personal life, you have to, if you want to make a friend, you have to first show yourself to be friendly. If you want to build a business, you have to be able to be a person, again, of honor and integrity. And this is why I give references. It's amazing. I'm going to tell you a truth. I always give 2 and 3 references to clients that are above a certain amount. And guess what they always never do? They never check my reference. Isn't that amazing? I give 3 good, solid references to clients that I've done business with. And even with the last time, I said, did you ever check the references? No. Why is that? Why do you think that is? How is it that I come off in a certain way that it gives them such a confidence that they don't even have to call and check my references that I clearly provide? A key in business, which a lot of people don't have. They don't know how to develop because, see, I always go back to the Pookie and Ray Ray Carpenter. You done did your aunt's floor. You done did some basic work. You done hung a put in the door for a cousin or a family member. But then after you have serviced those family members and those friends, now you have to go out and you have to develop clientele with people that you don't know, strangers. And this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you are able to see where people are truly able to develop good, long-lasting clientele. Because in order to have replaced my corporate income, I have to do business in the thousands of dollars. I can't do no penny ante $100 business here and there. I got to do business in the thousands. But that requires me to be able to present myself in such a fashion that when they look and they say, is this man, and I do self-reflection, is this man a man of honor and integrity? Is this man going to steal my money and not do what he said he was going to do? Is this a man that I can trust? Or can I look past the color of his skin and look at the content of his character? This is the kind of relationships and communication and the kind of moral center that you have to have in order to be successful in everything in life. And you'll come to find that a lot of people just don't have a moral center. And I say over and over again, a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. When you see people that do one thing and say another, they can't be trusted. They simply put, they cannot be trusted. Their words are dog shit. Not because I said it, it's because the word said it. Do people line up with the word? Do they line up with their actions? That's why it says over and over again, by their fruit you shall know them. It's an important word to understand. It's an important word to get and apply in your life, because what it's going to do is it's going to help you, those who apply, be able to see the stage playing hypocrite from the person that a man that is a person, a woman or man of honor and integrity. It's going to be able to display to the world that you are in fact a man of honor and integrity, that you're trustworthy, and that you can do what you said you can do. But it all comes down to trust. It all comes down to how you present yourself. It all comes down to, are you a man or woman of your word? We ain't got many of that today. It's sad. But what does, I was looking at the different parables. And you see people today. The word is clear. What does Scripture say? A rotten tree, a corrupt tree, they use corrupt, cannot produce good fruit. Why is it that we don't want to believe the word? I tell you, it's a living word. For those who apply it and understand it, you'll save yourself a whole lot of heartache and pain and suffering. But if you can apply it in your life, let me tell you, you'll be blessed beyond measure. Apply it, live it. Develop true friends. You know what my motto is? Real skills, real friends, and real assets. They have to be real. Or else, especially in this day and age with the inflation, it's looking pretty bad for many people out there. Sad, isn't it? But it is what it is. You be a man of honor and integrity. You be trustworthy. And leave the rest up to Yah. You have a blessed day. Shalom.